Have you ever heard of the mansion at the edge of the city? It wasn't just old. It was wounded. For years, people had been disappearing from it. There were never any screams, no blood, and definitely no bodies. Only one thing was ever found afterward. New sentences, freshly written on the mansion's walls. One of them read, "I was forgotten. The mystery of how people were disappearing was far more terrifying than anyone could imagine. At night, anyone who dared to enter the mansion would find themselves slowly separating from their shadow. The shadow would crawl up the walls, melting into the cracks, while the person's body just faded. They didn't die. They turned into a memory, trapped forever inside the house. That's why no bodies were ever found." A group of friends, Samir, Zain, Hamza, and Saradi Saidatha, they were brave enough to uncover the truth. But the moment they stepped inside, their shadows lagged behind them, as if the mansion was already choosing its next victim. Each room forced them to remember something they desperately wanted to forget. And every wrong choice they made meant one less friend. Inside the mansion's dusty library, Sarah stumbled upon a half-burned wooden chest. She pried it open and found an old, scorched diary. Most of the pages were just ash, but one name was still readable. Rugov, owner of the mansion. The diary revealed the horrifying truth. 50 years ago, Rugov owned this mansion. He was a good man who sheltered the poor and trusted people. But when children started going missing in the city, the townspeople needed someone to blame. Without any proof, they turned on him. One night, they dragged him from his home, locked him inside his own mansion, and burned him alive. After he was gone, the city erased his name completely. There was no grave, no apology, and no memory of the man who once lived there. The final line in the diary sent a chill down Sarah's spine. It read, "If you turn me into a memory, I will turn you into one too." Rugov's spirit wasn't killing people. He was doing to them exactly what was done to him, turning them into forgotten memories, trapped within the walls. This wasn't about revenge or rage. It was justice served through remembrance. Suddenly, Hamza shouted into the darkness, "We didn't do anything to you." The mansion itself seemed to answer, its voice echoing from the walls. Silence is also a crime. In an instant, Hamza's shadow peeled off the floor and vanished into the wall, taking him with it. Samir started laughing nervously, trying to deny what he was seeing. The mansion took his voice first, then the rest of his existence faded into nothing. All he finally broke down, tears streaming down his face. "We knew the truth," he confessed. "We knew he was innocent, and we still stayed quiet." Sarah cried alongside him, begging for forgiveness from the spirit they had wronged with their silence. As if hearing their plea, the mansion's heavy front door slowly creaked open, offering them a chance to escape. Zain ran out without a second thought, but before Sarah could follow, she saw Ali step back. He walked to an empty space on the wall and began to write, "Now you are remembered." As the last word was written, his shadow fused with the mansion, and he too became a part of its memory. At dawn, only Sarah and Zain walked out alive, They say that even today, if someone passes by that old mansion and forgets the story of an innocent soul, that very night, they can hear the sound of fingernails scratching against the walls, right in another name. Because the scariest death isn't dying, it's being forgotten. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you want to hear more tailies like this one. Thanks for watching.